Good morning. It is 6:40 a.m., so a little later than I would have liked to be leaving, but that's all right. I woke up at 4 a.m. and stood and did some yoga, hung from the pull-up bar, and just limbered up my body so I could get out and feel good while I was surfing today. But still gonna get there. I'll probably get there at like 7:30, so early enough. It'd be nice to be there right now and getting the the sunrise session in, but it'll still be, hopefully I think the surf is actually getting better as the morning goes on, but it's just awesome to get out right at sunrise and watch it's on the east coast of Florida, if you're not familiar with New Smyrna area, and so you get to watch the sunrise come up over the horizon while you're out in the ocean, and it's just awesome. But that's all right. Gonna get there and probably actually do a little bit more yoga on the beach for whatever, 10-15 minutes, because what I've noticed is kind of my biggest weakness surfing is my back is shaped like this. So when I'm laying on the surfboard, it's very difficult to hold my head up and look and paddle and get the power in my strokes and everything. I've got that chest pad, which is a massive help, and I put some traction pads on that chest wedge on my surfboard. But yeah, it's still exhausting. So I really, like this morning, I did a lot of Cobra Childs and, just really stretched my lower back out to try to get it as curved as possible, get all those muscles loose, get my hip flexors loose and everything like that. And then I laid on like a foam roller and just stretched backwards and tried to, really get that arch. And then, of course, like I mentioned, hung from the pull-up bar just to loosen everything up. And then I'll probably do, some hip flexor stretching and some back stretching right before I go in the water on the beach, just so I'm as limber as possible, have as much power as possible. I'm just messing with this mic because it's in a weird position. I hope that it's maybe I can set it like that. Maybe that'll be better. Who knows? I'll find out in a few hours when I edit this. But that is the plan for today. Gonna try to get some actual footage of surfing, because if I was watching this, that is what I would want to see. I'm gonna get one of those DJI drones eventually and get some actual cool footage. It'd be sweet if anyone in my household would, come to the beach and hang out and surf and enjoy the beautiful ocean and Florida weather and weekend with me, but they're all just lazy as shit. I mean, Kelsey's not lazy. She just doesn't have that many days off and wanted to go to the gym and do some other stuff. But my other two roommates, they're just lazy. They want to stay up all night and I don't know what they do. Just stay up all night, play video games, look at scroll on their phones. Who knows? But I don't know, not, to each their own. Nothing in my brain can compute sleeping versus going out and doing something epic in the outdoors. Not even surfing, just going to the beach, going on a walk, doing anything out in the sunshine. I'll always choose that over sleep if those are the two options. But I couldn't, I should say, this has been a revolutionary morning for me. I mean, I woke up at 4 a.m. I got 5 hours and 15 minutes of sleep, according to my ordering, and I just felt completely fine. And I almost couldn't believe it, because it's been so long since, I compromised my sleep or woke up basically any time before 6 a.m. where it wasn't like a 2 hour window of just feeling like absolute dog shit after waking up. I mean, my back hurting, my nerve pain, just feeling groggy and tired and lethargic. But I mean, I woke up at, I think, 4, and then I actually got out of bed at like 4:15, and like by the time, it took me a couple minutes to wake up, but by the time I got up out of bed, felt great, felt completely fine. It's such a testament to eating whole foods and an anti-inflammatory diet and just putting your body in a healing state with routine and everything, so that when something comes up like this or something fun comes up where I have to, I went to bed early last night, like 9:15 or so, but it just took me a while to fall asleep, I guess. So it's just a testament when you miss out on a little bit of sleep for something, it doesn't negatively, impact everything, which it never did in the past for me up until this last like 6-7 months. I was just having like a serious chronic fatigue syndrome. I totally get what that means, and I didn't really understand before, but that's how I would describe it. I mean, just unexplained chronic fatigue all the time, and I think it was just inflammation and just having, my body was just fighting so many different types of inflammation, gut inflammation, autoimmune reactions that I have due to maybe the mast cell activation syndrome, whatever autoimmune issue is. I feel like autoimmune is just always something broader than than modern medicine likes to, diagnose things, because modern medicine likes to have one answer, one clean, all of us, I guess, like to have one answer. This is what you have, this is what it is, and so you can treat it. But I just feel like anything autoimmune is almost always like affecting multiple systems. It's a multi-system issue, and like the mast cell activation syndrome that they call it, I think that's just one expression of a broader autoimmune complication that's going on. And I still think, even though I was diagnosed with that years ago as, kind of the thing that was going on, and it was causing all of these other things, all these other symptoms. I still think that's a symptom. I think the real thing is either, some sort of toxicity, some sort of deficiency, some sort of, even like an emotional thing going on, just anxiety and everything that could be triggering that activation of those mast cells, because if you think about it, if you're in a state of anxiety, a state of panic, a state of survival mode, just prolonged for a long, long period of time, why couldn't that, cascade and cause a hyper activation of one part of the body, that is this immunological response? So I still don't think that's the real issue. I think the real issue is probably, for me, a combination of, food sensitivities. I just think it's a bunch of things going on at once. I don't really know where I was going with that, other than it's great to wake up and feel awesome. Please, if you're struggling or tired or having emotional issues or anything in your life, please consider just eating a whole food diet, focused on foods that want to be eaten. They're not. I really stress how much it impacted me avoiding like tons of the leaves and stems of plants, especially, and seeds and nuts. Those fucking own my stomach and my guts and everything. I mean, I'm not maybe allergic, like it's not a stereotypical allergic reaction, but massive inflammatory response to any nuts, anything. I mean, it feels like I drank sulfuric acid for 2 days if I eat, 7 cashews. So, yeah, fruits, meats, yogurts, coconut yogurt, sprouts and young, tender parts of plants. If you do eat any plants, super, like, the broccoli or something, super well cooked. If you're having these issues, if you're not having these issues, you feel great, that's fine. But for me, it's insane. And just avoiding all of the chemicals in processed food. Anything in a package, don't eat it. And then, boom, 28 days later, you feel amazing. Beautiful, it's gone. I'm going to say beautiful sunrise, but it went behind some trees. I hope I have sunscreen in here. It's going to be a roaster if I forgot sunscreen, but hopefully I do. We will see. I got my hat at least. Might have to wear it out surfing if I didn't bring sunscreen. Just tie it on real tight. Be super annoying and go over my eyes, but I'll really get roasted. I'm gonna probably try to surf for 5 or 6 hours today. At least 3 or 4 hours in a couple different sessions. But yeah, I will see you at the beach. Let's go. Alright, just got to the surf spot. It's about 7:49, just a little bit before 8 o'clock. I actually iced my balls all the way here because I took PT 141 yesterday, and if you're unfamiliar with that, it's some sort of peptide that massively increases erections and sexual drive, and I did not want to get I didn't want to get a hard on while I was scooting around the beach. And it's also just good for your sperm count, apparently, to ice the testicles. But 99.9% of the reason I did it was because I didn't want to be scooting around the beach with a hard on. And so that is why I just pulled a big bag of ice out of my pants. But yeah, getting ready. Luckily, I did find some sunscreen underneath my seat, which is good because I would get absolutely cooked out here if I didn't have some sunscreen. Pop that off. Oh, we got the screen going. It's mineral sunscreen, so it's zinc oxide. It does not rub in super well. CC just out my window. It rubs in good enough, I suppose, but kind of gives you a purplish tint to you. Get that all lubed up, and then chuck my surfboard out. I got some wheelchair tires back there for my other wheelchair that Chris got all fixed up for me, so I'll have to move those out of the way, get my surfboard out of here, get down to the beach, do a little bit of stretching. I don't really see the light come in. The sun just popped out behind the clouds. I think it's going to be an absolutely beautiful day. I can't quite see how the waves are working yet, but there are waves out there. One just came down. It looked like it kind of just flopped over. Didn't look great. A set coming in right now. Yeah, it looks like they're kind of closing out, but it's something. What I need more than anything else is paddling anyways, because I'm a super weak paddler right now, and so I just need to be out in the ocean, put in the time, put in the reps, strengthening my body so that I can, so I can actually get out there on a really good day and catch some serious waves. But I'm gonna get all lubed up and get down to the ocean, see what we're working with. Oh, last thing I'll mention is I did forget my booties, so I'm gonna have to go barefoot, which kind of sucks because can tear my heels up a little bit if I scoot too much, but nothing to do about it now. Just have to be careful and be a little bit mindful. I also was gonna bandage up my knee. Probably can't see it from there, but I'll take a video after I get all ready. And I just have been, my knee's been getting scraped up on the traction pad on my board and got a little wound on there. It's basically just healed up from last week and gonna just torch it again. So have to get something going for that. I might even get like some, like what would be like a little knee brace, just a cheap little knee brace to go on there, or some, Chris suggested maybe some like longer swim pants that go over my legs completely, prevent me from getting sunburn on the calves, and also double as a knee protection since I'm prone the whole time and can't feel my knees. They're just washing back and forth and scraping across that. Also going to try a double leash today that hooks my legs together because my legs are dangling off the back and creating drag and making it hard to paddle. So going to try this double leash that Chris has that hooks both my legs together and see if they keeps them on the board a little bit better and prevents the drag. We're going to pop the microphone off and we're going to speed get ready because I want to get it in the ocean. Just had one of the most epic days of surf that I've had in Florida. Had some other equally good days, but I didn't have my custom board with my chest wedge and everything on it, so it just wasn't as anywhere near as good as today. But it was like beautiful. It was small. I mean, it was like, I don't know, 3-4 foot. So small, but all right for this time of July at this beach in Florida. And it was just like really slow, kind of peeling lefts, smooth, beautiful, glassy water. There was dolphins everywhere swimming around me. It was amazing. I was surfed for, I don't know, 2.5, 3 hours probably. And then I was trying to, there was a drift going down the beach, and I was trying to paddle back to where I'd gotten in, so no one had to bring a chair down to help me or anything. And I was just paddling in place for like 15 minutes. I just had no strength left in my arms to propel myself out of this little trough that I was in. I basically surfed alone all day. A couple other people that I was with kind of popped in and out, but the rest of the adaptive team was, just either showed up late and was kind of in different spots than me, but just ended up, out on this glassy, beautiful, right after sunrise morning, and it just completely reignited my passion for surfing. I always, still liked surfing after my injury, but it just was never the same. I was always struggling so much, just banging my face on the board over and over again because I didn't have a chest pad, or the chest pad was too slippery. When I did have one, the board wasn't buoyant enough, so I was just sucking in water because I can't lift my head and neck and chest up enough when I'm getting, hit by waves. And so it was always a struggle, and I just couldn't get the power that I needed because of the dynamics of the board. But now that it's reasonable and easy enough to, just manage the basics, it's 100% reignited my total obsession with surfing. I completely see how it's like the only recreational sport that, people completely structure their entire lives and make life decisions around. I know there's a few other that, serious kind of recreational athletes do that, but tons of people, determine the whole trajectory of their life on whether or not, they're going to be able to surf. They plan their vacations around surfing, and that's definitely what I'm going to be doing, because it's just the greatest sport in the world. Just out there in the ocean, in nature, it's the best. Whoa, that's weird. 100% fresh tangerine juice from this store called Fresh Market. This is in Lake Mary on the way home from New Smyrna to Orlando. Looks like it's gonna storm here pretty soon, which is nice. Don't have to water the yard. Can hopefully get rid of the few dead spots that we've got going on. I'm gonna go home, gonna edit video, gonna try to sell insurance. Got a couple leads that I'm working on right now. Hopefully they pan out. One guy's really fizzling out on me. Thought he was a slam dunk, but I don't know. I think he's found greener pastures elsewhere. But that's all right. That's what it is. You win some, you lose some. But I'm gonna go home, do all that, and then I've got some fantastic, 2-inch thick tomahawk steaks that I just got because there was a super deal on them, and the girl wanted steaks. So she told me to stop and get steaks. And we just ended up getting the best steaks ever because they were really cheap, relatively speaking, to what would normally pay for just kind of a mediocre steak. It's like a nice fat choice tomahawk. So stoked on that. Oh no, some people are pushing a car along the road. That's a shitty day. I used to have to push my little Toyota pickup. It didn't have a gas gauge, and I was 16 to 18, 19 when I owned it, and the fuel gauge didn't work, so I just had to guess when it was running out of fuel, and I was obviously, I was 16, 17, 18, so I was pretty broke some of the times, and would, push it to its limit, and I ended up running out of fuel all the time. And it would just be, solo. Sometimes people would help me. I would be solo pushing my car down the road. Interesting story with that. That's kind of irrelevant to the vlog, but it is an interesting story. I ran out on what's called State Street in Idaho, which is one of the main veins through Boise, and it's super busy, 5 o'clock traffic. It's 103 degrees outside, the hottest day in the middle of July, and I'm 17, pushing the car by myself, and there's so many people, there's ample places to pull over, tons of people could have helped me. This person is a fucking idiot right here. Wow. Holy shit, it's so dangerous. But tons of people could have helped me, and the only people that pulled over and helped me push this thing a mile to the next gas station was I swear to God, a 108-year-old man. I mean, as old as a fucking human being can be and still be alive. Literally, I would have to guess, late 90s. I mean, old dude, and a dude with one leg. He had like literally a metal, like not even like a good leg, like basically a peg leg. And those two guys jumped out and helped me push it. I tried to, I even tried to be like, it's all right, don't worry about it. But they were gung-ho and happy to do it, and we're just those type of people, which, speaks volumes about all the types of people that just, not that you should have any sympathy for a dipshit 17-year-old kid that just runs his car out of gas for no reason, but just in general, if any human being is pushing their car down the road and you're the type of person that drives by, and I drive by now, I can't imagine, I have to put myself in that category. I just genuinely, I do, if you're a 5'2" girl, you should probably drive by. There's certain people that should drive by. People in wheelchairs, I think we should probably drive by. I just can't imagine. I was pretty taken aback by a one-legged guy and this ancient old man, but I actually think I have zero value to offer in pushing a vehicle. I'm pretty confident that the two-wheeled vehicles pushing against each other is useless. But if you're capable and you're the type of person that drives by that's crazy to me. I don't think you're a bad person. I'm not judging anyone. I'm really not. I don't think, it's just crazy to me that you can do that. But that was a completely aimless and pointless tangent. Thanks for joining me for that. But the real point of this video is surfing is fucking awesome, and I would say everyone should do it, but there's not enough waves in the world, so don't bother. Not really. Everyone should surf. It is the just the most purifying, awesome, soulful thing that you can possibly do. I always feel so much better afterwards. This person is fucked. Like, wow, that was crazy. 2 Toyota Camrys just both doing something super dangerous. I was trying to merge over, and this one Toyota Camry number 2 tried to speed up as fast as he could to prevent me from getting over, so I just waited and went back over. Why Toyota Camry number 1 is just going 50 miles per hour on the interstate. I'm working on not, thinking really awful things about people who drive like shit. I just think it's toxic and it's poisonous, and that even negative thoughts that you have about other people, if you don't voice them or say them, if I was alone, I would be prone to voicing my negative thoughts about people on the road very loudly and vocally. But either way, I just am of the opinion that just thinking anything negative about other people does something poisonous to your soul. I'm not even sure what it is or why my theory comes from that. I just have noticed that in the last couple years, I think it was just driving in Florida, I was just becoming more habituated to just being mad at people and thinking crappy things about them. And I just started feeling like it was having a negative effect, and it's weird because it's habituated. So now I keep doing it, and I can't help it. It's just something that just automatically happens. And I just think the judgment or whatever it is it's not good. But it's a work in progress. It's so hard. It's so hard not to get mad at stupid people doing stupid stuff on the road, but we try our best. Yep, that's it for now. I'm gonna get home, jump in the pool, get all this sand off me, and cook up some ridiculously good tomahawk steaks. I'm gonna reverse sear them. It's actually what I'm gonna do right now is listen to a YouTube episode while I don't have my headphones on, but listen to a YouTube episode while I drive, having someone describe to me the greatest way to reverse sear a nice thick tomahawk steak. Fucking great day. Day number 28. Awesome. Couple of tomahawk steaks, reverse seared in the oven, and then a bunch of mushrooms. I don't know what kind. Maitake, oyster, and something else. I can't remember what. Trumpet. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. How is yours?
Good.
Is it the right amount of cooked?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Medium.
It's definitely not medium.
Medium rare.